And we're live. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a brand new live stream. This is going to be a reactions live stream to the games we've had already, which we've had 6 games so far. And we couldn't have started any worse. We could not have started any worse, to be honest. Like these two games, West Ham Chelsea and Arsenal Leeds, absolutely destroyed my already, shitty rank. But I mean, did I expect Chelsea to do that? No, I didn't. I knew West Ham were bad, but not that bad. Not this bad, honestly. They were a little bit unlucky. Okay, I mean, I shouldn't start talking about luck and stuff. Because Pedro was quality that game. He deserved to get something. But like, I mean, the first goal, or his only goal, technically, that's a lot of fortune, for Cucurella to be on the near post, flick it on, and then easy tap in header kind of thing. Yeah, that was annoying to see. Especially, I mean, the week started off amazingly. Started off with Palmer out, which is not the end of the world because everybody has Palmer. And then I'm like, oh man, I'm stuck with Diouf. And then Diouf gets an assist. And then I'm like, okay, we're golden. All West Ham have to do is just hold the line, shore up the defense, just don't do anything risky. Kind of like keep that 1-0 and fight to the end. Literally, first half. Whoa, I think they were down 3-1 by the first half whistle. Crazy. And I think Pedro already had a golden assist at that point, which was, yeah, I was done for. Terrible gaming so far. I think I've chosen the wrong 9 mil and the wrong 7.5 mil. Imagine I had Gyökeres and Mateta. But how could I have known? How could I have known? I mean, if we look at the fixtures, Arsenal have Liverpool away, Forest at home, City at home, Newcastle away, and City didn't look good at all today, so now I'm scared. But like, come on. It's not logical for me to have Gyökeres. So that kind of reassures me. However, Pedro, I think I should have had. I think my major mistake was getting Mateta instead of Pedro. That's bad. Because Pedro had the better fixtures. And Pedro didn't have any Conference League games like Mateta does. I know Mateta hasn't played this week. I know it's too early to, to put down Mateta, but like, yeah, he doesn't have the easiest fixture in Nottingham Forest, so my expectations are pretty low. Pretty low. Yeah, maybe I should have gone for Pedro. I don't know. But it's too late now, and I don't see myself switching, of course. I have 2 transfers. And I'm definitely not going to switch to Pedro now, because you don't get last week's or yesterday's points. Just because you make the transfer. And their next game is, I think, Fulham, right? Yeah, Fulham at home. I mean, let's see how Fulham play against United tomorrow. And based on that, I might make a decision. And let's see also how Crystal Palace play. But I mean, there's no way. There's no way I'm transferring out Mateta before Sunderland and West Ham. Those are the key fixtures. I mean, those are the reason I started with them, just to save the transfer. In hindsight, I should have started with, what's his face? Pedro, and then switched in game week 4. But I was trying to be smart, and just save the transfer. Yeah, see how that went. Again, it's early days. Mateta could easily, not easily, but could do something tomorrow and make me, regret saying what I'm saying right now. And yeah, Watkins, what's going on with Watkins? Aston Villa looked absolutely awful today. I swear if they played another 90 minutes on top of the 90 minutes they played against Brentford, they still wouldn't have scored. Their attack looked so toothless. I swear to God, I don't know what's going on. What happened to Aston Villa? Let me check the stats. I think they had a few shots, but they were all from far away or something. I watched the game and I don't remember them getting like a big chance. Did they get a big chance? Wait, who's that? No, that's Brentford. Brentford got 2 big chances, 0 for Villa. 1.23. That's not high actually. That's not high. That's lower than what it should be against a side like Brentford. Yeah, I think that's the Aston Villa. I don't know if I can trust them going forward. Do they have XG per shot? So Tillemans, good evening, good evening. How are you? Yeah, so Tillemans, McGinn, Mings had 2 shots. Interesting. Watkins, yeah, super low XG shots, super low. Buendia had a good one. I think this is the one that he could have passed, I think, to Watkins or something. Maybe I'm confusing the chances. Or maybe this one. Actually, it's this one, the long range one. I think Watkins was here somewhere. He could have passed him. Onana had a good chance, apparently. Yeah, but no. Aston Villa looked toothless. You're 27 points. Yeah, good for you. I'm getting destroyed this week, my friend. I'm getting destroyed. 15 points. I mean, I knew game week 2 was going to be the hardest game week. Well, and game week 3. Because in game week 3, we have Liverpool playing Arsenal. So I have 2 players that I need to kind of sort out. But I mean, Salah can always get something. But Arsenal are looking very tight in the back. Like, their defense is so good. I knew they're going to be defending well, but not this well. Literally, Leeds as well, if they played another 90 minutes today, they would not have scored. Arsenal looked that good, even after all the substitutions. And they're playing like the youngsters. Even then, they looked absolutely amazing at the back. But the problem is, again, now they have the super difficult fixtures. So, yeah, I won't be getting any Arsenal player until game week 7 or 8 or something. Maybe 7. Definitely 7. 7 is the magic number here for Arsenal players. But the way they played today, I know it's Leeds, but still they played so well. But yeah, maybe Leeds are bad because Arsenal, when they played against United, they looked not that good. In the first game week. So maybe it's just a Leeds thing. Let's see next. This is the true test right here. Liverpool away. That's the ultimate test. This is where we find out if Arsenal are a force to be reckoned with, especially defensively. Palmer out. Is he out completely? I think he was just left out as a precaution, right? I mean, we need more information in the press conference. If Maresca says he's out, what are their next games? Brentford away, that's a good one. United away, in my opinion, that's not a good one. Brighton at home. Let's see how they play tomorrow. Yeah, we could get rid of Palmer. I'm down. Like, I'm down. The question is, who do you replace him with? Like, who do you buy? It's tricky. You know who I fancy? Groin injury, 75% chance of. Yeah, that's the thing. He might play. So if he's playing and Chelsea are that attacking, again, it's West Ham, I know, but like maybe teams sometimes need a little bit of time to gel, and they played like they did against PSG in the Club World Cup. So they have the quality. I think they've already built the chemistry, if anything. Yeah, so we should have some Chelsea players, in my opinion. But Palmer at 10.5, if Pedro starts getting the goals and like getting those assists and kind of covering Palmer, so to speak, especially after Maresca said that Pedro is one of his main players, and he's not only a striker, he can play in the 10, he can play as a winger, right winger, left winger, whatever. He kind of praised him quite a lot, so that reassures me that he will be getting a lot of minutes in the Premier League. I mean, let's see what happens when the Champions League rolls up, but in the meantime, I think Pedro's good for minutes. But yeah, to answer your question, I am thinking of getting rid of Palmer. The problem is I don't know who for. Like what are the options in midfield if you think about it? And remember, I'm streaming right now, and there's like 4 very important games to go. Because Crystal Palace will learn more about how they set up without Eze. So there's that kid Deveni, and there's Sar. Forest have bought quite a few players, so we need to see them tomorrow. Brighton, there's Rutter. Everton, there's Dewsbury Hall and Grealish. Fulham, not interested. United, Cunha and Buemo. I really want one of them. I really, really want one of them. But I'm just going to check tomorrow as a final check, because the way they played against Arsenal, the Arsenal with their defense, I'm very tempted to get a United player if they do play well tomorrow. And then you have, I think Isak might be staying. So if he does leave, Gordon might be a target, because then he'll be on penalties. I think maybe, I don't know. Liverpool already got 2, so I'm not thinking about them. Semenyo and Kudus. Semenyo looked good today. I'm not sure if you guys watched the game, but Semenyo looked really, really good. I know he only got an assist, but in the first half he had a ball, so he was like literally not even a meter away from the goal, and he had like some sort of tap in, if you will, and hit the crossbar from like a meter away. He should have scored that 100%. And in the second half, he had a nice ball fall to his feet inside the box that he just skied. I think he should have scored. Semenyo should have scored at least twice today, so he's a good option. Kudus also is a good option. I'm loving Spurs. I really love this kind of counter-attack style play. I mean, that's what Thomas Frank does. That's his main tactic. Because we saw last year with Mbeumo and what's his name, Wissa, and he's kind of repeating the same thing with Richarlison and Kudus and even Brennan Johnson. So those trio. Yeah, I think there are a lot of options that you can replace Palmer with, especially at 10.5. Yeah, I think there are a lot of options, but we have to wait for tomorrow to see what happens. We have to learn more about how United set up, how Cunha and Buemo look, especially away to Fulham. I think that's a good test. That's a very good litmus test. We'll find out how they play and how. So, for example, how wide does Mbuemo play, and how what's it called? How attacking is Cunha, or do they both look to stay wide and then set up Sesko? Sesko's also an option, I wouldn't rule out Sesko. What I like about my team is I have the price points all set up to switch to whoever I want, and I have 2 transfers, which is good. What I hate about my team is that they don't get any points. Watkins was just lighting it up in the preseason, and now nothing. Absolutely nothing. Did he get 0.42 XG today? When did that happen? I watched the game. I don't remember him getting like a big chance, so to speak. Apparently he did. I don't know. But yeah, let's see Mateta and what happens tomorrow. Mateta, please rescue my game week. Please. And Richards. And Fernandez. Oh, this week. I'm sure all the watchers right now, you guys are laughing on the inside or the outside because you all got Pedro. Everybody and their mother has Pedro. Everybody has Pedro. I was looking at other people's teams on Twitter, even on Reddit. Apparently, everybody has Pedro except me. Yeah, 55. Oh no, that's not him. 53%. Oh my god. That's half the game. Half the game has Pedro. Oh, you don't have Pedro? Actually, I know which one's your team because you joined the league. Hold up. Where is it? That's you, right? Oh, you don't have Pedro either. So you captained Holland. Vice was Palmer. Oh, but you got Caicedo, you little. You got fortunate. You got Caicedo. That's a good one. Yeah, I know your team looked decent. A bit unlucky with Haaland today. But I mean, I wouldn't say unlucky. Spurs they played amazing. It's not like Haaland got chance after chance and missed one-on-ones, but like he did miss. There was a chance where I think Vicario overplayed or passed it to. Oh no, he passed it to Van de Ven. Van de Ven lost it. Haaland got it. I thought he was gonna shoot, but then he makes like a pass to, I forgot who was there, to one of his teammates, but he scuffs the pass. The pass wasn't that good, but he should have taken the shot. I think that could have been a goal. Yeah, you were a bit unlucky. But hey, 27 points. You can't really complain, can you? I'm 9.4 million. Jesus Christ. It's terrible. But let's look ahead. Let's look at what we could do. First of all, let's see what my team looks like for next week. Sells, very nice game against West Ham. Will he keep a clean sheet? Of course not, because I'm not allowed to keep a clean sheet. I'm still very salty over the Brentford goal last week. Van de Ven and Porro, I'm absolutely loving my Spurs assets. I should have even played Van de Ven, but you can't fault me because it was against City. So, but I did play Porro, so I trusted them to a certain extent. Yeah, Bournemouth have a good attack, but I mean, I'm not gonna play Stev nor Diouf. No more West Ham. No, thank you. No more West Ham. I'm tired of West Ham players. Richards away to Villa. Hey, Villa can never score apparently, so yeah. But are they gonna like not score 3 games in a row? Surely not. Surely they got one in 3 games. I can't see them going 270 minutes without a goal. But whatever. Richards might get the defensive contribution points. In fact, actually, I say that, but if you check here, look at this. Look at the defensive contributions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Coyote is a defender. Yeah, 6 players got defensive contributions. 6 players. That's insane. So yeah, I'm not too worried about Richards facing West Ham. Aston Villa next week, even away. Like, I actually don't care if Watkins score. I actually want Watkins to score. In fact, he can score. Richards gets his 2 defensive contributions. If he gets me 3 points, I'm super happy. Oh, by the way, guys, please leave a like if you can, because I think it'll make the stream, grow or whatever, or be seen by more people. I think that'll help my what's it called, channel out. But yeah, let's continue. So Gakpo, Salah, we haven't seen them this week. Reinders stays. He played the whole game, right? Yeah, I watched the game. I don't remember him being subbed out. But yeah, 0.04 XG. That's not his fault, It's just Spurs are that good. I can't fault the guy. But is he going to play in the long run? I don't know. Hi, Amir. How are you? How are you doing this week, Amir? Let's see. I have your team right here. There's no way you've done worse than... Oh my god. 3 points. Oh my god. Yep. That's why I put these guys in the thumbnail. That's the reason, because they're absolutely destroying my rank. Yeah, no, not a very, very smart choice. Very good choice. Salute. A bit unlucky with Ait Nouri. A bit unlucky. But they did lose their clean sheet. So you might have gotten 2 points, maybe. But yeah, no, this is... I think he got a penalty at the end. Scored. And he's getting full bonus, surely. Two bonus points. That's pretty good. Though, yeah, it was better this week. Although, City surprised me. Yeah, they surprised all of us. It's a bit like last year, because last year they played against Spurs. They lost 4-0. But was that at home or away? I can't remember. Yeah, and 2-0 today. I don't know why Spurs seems to be that bogey team for City. But yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then we go back to mine, and we're less than half. We're less than half of what you got so far. So I'm really, really praying that Salah, Mateta, Fernandez, like they light it up, because yeah, I think I'm having like the worst start in my last 10 years playing the game. Even though I think my picks are okay, like they're not bad picks. But going back here, I think even next week the team looks good. Again, I'm waiting to see how Salah and Gakpo play. But I mean, it's fine having them against Arsenal, because everybody's gonna have Salah almost, or like a Liverpool player, let's say. So it's not like I'm the only person who has them against Arsenal. Gakpo, yeah, I would like to have someone else maybe, but I'm not sure who. I'm not sure who at all. The one player I might transfer out is Palmer, and that really depends on whether he's completely, out, or if he plays against Fulham. But one thing I thought of doing, so if we go here, let me refresh. Is this up to date? Why did I refresh? Whatever. So this guy goes in. This guy goes in. Yeah, I'm never playing Diouf ever again. Let me see if I'm gonna stick to this. What I just said. Yeah, I don't see myself playing him ever again. I'm gonna transfer him out at some point. Yeah. So sells Van de Ven. So Palmer could become. Who has the best fixtures going forward? You know who I like the most? You can get some menu. He's looking very good, actually. Yeah, he looked amazing today. I was just telling them. I'm not sure when you joined the stream. He looked absolutely amazing. He only got 1 assist technically, but he should have gotten 2 goals on top. 2 goals and another assist. But to be fair, they were playing against 10 men, so at the same time. But yeah, you know which midfielder I'm really interested in? Guess. He's a 5.5. Can you guys guess which midfielder I'm interested in? There's not many 5.5, so it should be easy. I'll give you guys a few seconds. No, not Tavernier. No, not Tavernier. No. Think he played today, so, but not Tavernier. He looked really, really good. In fact, he was man of the match. No, he played today, not Anderson. He played today and he was man of the match. So how many? He played today. 5.5. He didn't get a return. Or maybe, no, he didn't. No, Otaro. Oh, okay, I'll tell you. Sar. I really, really liked Sar. How many defensive contributions? 9. Yeah, he was almost there. Not quite. I liked Palinia as well. But Sar, if you watch the game, he was literally playing like a second striker, which is crazy. And at 5.5, I don't mind having him and just putting him on the side, Because I think if he's fit, I think first of all, Thomas Frank absolutely loves him. He's 5. He's not even 5.5. He's not even 5.5. Yeah, Thomas Frank absolutely loves him. And he'll start him every single chance he gets. And for a bench fodder, I think it's a good, like, if you were to downgrade the players, you want to free up some money, I think Sar is a good shout. Yeah, I think he's better than Dewsbury Hall in a sense that Spurs are a better team so far. But yeah, let's see what happens with Everton tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, going back here, I say Sar because they have a nice, stretch of fixtures. West Ham away, Wolves at home, Leeds away. These are nice fixtures. Who else has nice fixtures? Forest. Wolves. Strand Larson looked good today as well. But we couldn't see how good he really is because they were 1 man down. So I'm not sure how their attack would have changed or their style of play would have changed. But even then, that's what surprised me. That even with a man down, they were really, really dangerous. In fact, let's just check quickly Strand Larsen's XG. Okay, that's not a good XG. But when I watched the game and he was quite close. Similar to the City game, he was always like a few inches away from meeting the cross and having a real chance, like a real good shot on target or something. But I think not yet. Not yet. I'll still wait on Strand Larsen. But again, we're looking at Palmer replacements here. If he's missing Fulham, we should be looking at replacements. Sarr is a good option, but we have to wait for tomorrow. I really, 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 really want Buemo or Cunha. And this doesn't scare me, by the way. This City away, if anything, that's a good fixture for teams that play on the counter. First you get Burnley at home, then you get City away, which is not a red fixture offensively, in my eyes at least. If Spurs can do it, then Cunha and Buemo can do it easily, especially with Fernandes spraying passes from the back, from deep. Chelsea at home is a bit tricky. Chelsea are looking very, very good defensively. They conceded yesterday, but that was a crazy shot from Paqueta. That was a crazy shot, which I appreciated because I got an assist because I have Diouf. Then Brentford away, who looked good today, but I think that's more to do with Aston Villa being crap. And then Sunderland at home. Yeah, I think there's a very good chance, if Palmer is injured and United play very, very well tomorrow, that I do, for example, this is just an example, don't get all riled up, just an example. And then what? Ooh, I would have loved to get Pedro somehow. Without removing these guys. I want to keep these guys. Because Watkins will become Gyökeres at some point during this period. How do we get Pedro? And I can't transfer out Mateta because he has Sunderland and West Ham afterwards. And Villa, who looks shaky. Like we saw today, like they're not even to be, like, you can't trust them on the defense either. I'm thinking Watkins out for Mateta and getting Cunha in. I mean, you could, but do you really want to transfer Watkins when he has Sunderland and Burnley? Well, not soon, but like soonish. But Watkins out for Mateta. I mean, I have both. I think Mateta's a good option. But, I mean, Villa have to score at some point. Watkins scored like 5 goals in preseason. And I know we shouldn't put a lot of thought into preseason. But, like, we know Watkins from last year and the year before. He's gonna score. Like, surely he scores. The guy always scores. Look. He's always scored. We are not looking good. That's the issue. Yeah, they're not looking good, but he has good fixtures. Okay, you get Mateta, and then what do you do with the money? That's the question. But yeah, I'm thinking of Buemo or Cunha. You mentioned Cunha. It might be Cunha, actually. One of them, because they're both 8 million, so it doesn't matter. I'll see who looks better tomorrow. Cunha looked better, I think, against Arsenal. He was so close, but Raya. Oh, Raya. And then, how much is this? No way, I'm not. I can get Cunha as well. But no, of course I'm not doing that. I don't have to use both of my transfers. Yeah, so this is what I would do maybe next week. If Palmer is guaranteed to be out, I wouldn't use 2 transfers. And if Isak joins, what's their name? Liverpool, then I might think about, getting rid of Gakpo. But Gakpo is staying in the team as long as Isak is not a Liverpool player. Oh, you already have Mbeumo. Triple United. Wait, hold up. Let me check your team one more time. Oh, you got Dorgu Mbuemo. Okay, okay, okay. I see. Triple United. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do as well. But not, I mean, I still don't trust their defense until they buy a goalkeeper. I'm not really that psyched about their defense. But when it comes to midfield, yeah. Mbuemo or Cunha. But I like that you have both. I got Fernandez for now. But what was I saying? I was saying something. I forgot. Did they buy him? They got a new keeper. I don't think they have a new keeper, no. I think that the Belgian keeper. Wait. United goalkeeper. The guy that they wanted to get for 22 million. To mention the trend would unlock. That's 15 hours ago. No, it's not settled. It's not 100% yet. No. Nah, not yet. But if they do get a new keeper, then they'll look more exciting at the back. But why would you invest in United? I mean, there's a lot of good options in defense somewhere else. If anything, like as soon as this bad stretch for Arsenal ends, I'm getting double Arsenal defense or something and just forgetting about that position forever. Forever, literally. They're the best defensive team by far. By far. So I'm just waiting for this game week right here, and then it's gonna be Gabriel. And if I can afford Saliba, then Saliba as well. But at least Gabriel. So that's one of 3 spots permanently sorted. And then I'll keep a Spurs defender for sure. So I think you need an Arsenal defender, a Spurs defender, and... By the way, even double Spurs works. Even double Spurs, it's not a bad shout. So like double Spurs and Arsenal. I can't believe I'm saying double Spurs. I've never said double Spurs in my life. Like double Spurs defense. So yeah, that's a strange sentence. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Isak. What's happening with Isak? Every day I Google about him. Nothing's going on. Alexander Isak accused of declaring war on Newcastle as Liverpool transfer solution suggested. What's the solution? Should I accept? I accept. No thanks. Accused of declaring war on Newcastle. Isak wants to join Liverpool from Premier League. Okay, yeah, we know that. He's accused of declaring war. Yeah. I really hate his attitude, by the way. The forces to go public accusing. Yeah, we all. However, since the Reds have not returned to negotiations, although they have never formally walked away from pursuing a deal. Yeah, Newcastle released their own statement in which they said they were disappointed at the striker's message, but they did leave the door open for the 24. Okay, so they are leaving the door open, obviously. Why wouldn't they? They have Champions League this year. And although, who the hell is this? Afton, whatever, believes Isak has declared war, he does believe that a new agreement, which includes a clear buyout clause, could also secure the forward a move in the January transfer window. Okay, that's news. We have been able to see Alexander Isak's SUV from 200 different... In recent days, he has declared war on his employer. Okay, cool. We have a message. Emmanuel says, got Gabriel for ping pong. Did I go too early? I think you're just showing off at this point, my friend. How did you go early when... Oh, you mean just now? I thought you meant yesterday. No, have you gotten too early? I mean, I would... Listen, they have the best defense by far, but they're gonna concede at some point, and if they don't concede against Liverpool away, I'll be super surprised. Or would I? I don't know. I think it might be one of those very tight games where nobody's getting any chances and it ends like a 0-0 draw. I don't think you've gone early, no. I think... Oh, you mean... Oh, yesterday, so before the game week started. That's what I meant about you showing off. That means you got today's points. Then definitely didn't go early, especially for Frimpong, who's injured. So, that was I guess that's a smart move by you. Amir says, by the way, there are Saudi links for Fernandez. No, 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 no. He's not leaving. He's not leaving. There's no way. No way. Not this late into the window, no. Ben, it's my first time playing FPL. Is top 50k good as of now? I wish I had moderators to ban you. Is top 50k good? Bro, I'm like top 9 million right now or something crazy. What is it? 7 million. 7 million. Not that bad. Yeah, top 50k is crazy good. What are you talking about? Yeah, but I mean, I still have 6 players to go. So this is a bit of an early stream, to be fair. Maybe I should have streamed tomorrow after these games. You never know what these guys could do tomorrow. But I don't have high hopes. That's the thing. Fernandez is playing too deep. Crystal Palace are playing my keeper, you know, and a very formidable defense. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have high expectations. That's the thing. That's why I'm already thinking about next week already. But yeah, guys. I mean, next week looks good. Tell me next week doesn't look good. Come on, this is a good team for next week. Who am I missing? Let's look at all the best players from game week 3. Maybe, nah, nobody interests me here. Bournemouth have Spurs away. Apparently Spurs have the best defense ever, so nah. Who am I missing? Like, who's the best player to own next week? Literally, it should be Fernandez or Webo or Cunha. I don't see anybody else. Oh, I mean, or Haaland, yeah, of course. It's good timing, I think. United assets have a point to prove tomorrow. Exactly. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. If United play well against Fulham away, that's a very good test. I think on average, that's a very good test. It's not quite Arsenal away or Liverpool away, and it's not like Burnley away. It's Fulham, like a decent, you know, mid-table team that knows how to attack, knows how to keep a clean sheet when they need to. Although they barely kept any last year, as I say this. But they're a decent team. So yeah, you're right. It's a good test, and that's what I'm waiting for. As a United fan, by the way, not just as an FPL player. But yeah, tomorrow is gonna be a huge day in terms of information. Huge day. And guys, I think it's early days. If one of you guys are watching and like you're having a crappy week like I am, it's very early days. Like, you shouldn't be too worried about your rank just yet. I mean, like, the number 1 in the world, how many points does he have? Or he or she, sorry. Could be a she. Okay, no, that's quite a lot of points, to be fair. But did they use something? Okay, yeah, they're using their triple captains. They're using their chips. João Pedro, yeah, I mean, bench boost game week 1. Oh my god. Yeah, but they had Newcastle against freaking Aston Villa. Zubimendi, Rice. Yeah, I mean, these players eventually do fall back. They're not going to play the game perfectly. I think eventually they'll fall back behind. Yeah, I think it's too early to talk about rank just yet. I was so confident Villa would win over Brentford. That's like the only game I was relaxed about. Yeah, same. I thought it was an easy game for Aston Villa, especially after the first game with their earlier red card. I think they had a point to prove, but the only thing they proved is that they can't attack for shit. That's the only thing that they proved. But I'm keeping the faith in Watkins. And Emery is a smart man. I think he'll figure it out. And again, I don't mind playing Watkins against my Richards. It's fine. Yep, me too. United fan. Both ways will be good read for the United assets. Exactly. It'll be a very good test. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this or you're finding this useful or whatever, please leave a like. Really help me grow the channel, and subscribe if you want to see more, content. Yeah, that'll really be appreciated if you do. But yeah, guys, tell me about your transfers next week. Like, what are you guys considering? Who's the one player that you don't have that you really, really want? For me, that's easily João Pedro because he looked amazing. Maybe I'm reading too much into the West Ham game. Maybe it's a little bit of FOMO now, but the thing is they do have nice fixtures and they're attacking very, very well. And the more Pedro gets comfortable and the more minutes he gets, I think the better he'll perform. So I really want like here 100% I'll be having Pedro. There's no doubt in my mind. Like this stretch right here. Can you see my cursor? Yeah, I think you can. Yeah. So game week 9 to 12, like this patch, definitely there's a Pedro here somewhere. If not earlier. But if I don't get him in like this week, I don't think I'm getting him in because then United away, Brighton at home, Liverpool at home, Forest away aren't the best fixtures. So either I get him this week and keep him, or what's most likely to happen is like I don't get him. Because I don't want to just waste transfers. Rolling. Amir says he's rolling. Watkins is probably my first transfer out if he doesn't return. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't return 3 games in a row... No, you're not going to transfer Watkins out. Come on. Away to Everton, away to Sunderland, home to Fulham, home to Burnley. You're telling me you'll transfer Watkins out when he has these fixtures? I don't think so. Because think about it. When you were building your Game Week 1 team, what did you have in mind when you picked Watkins? 100% you were thinking, oh yeah, I can keep him until Game Week 5 or 6 because those are the best fixtures. And then everybody says the same thing. And then I'll transfer him out to the other 9 million price point player, which is Gyökeres. What a perfect transition. You go from Watkins to Gyökeres. Yeah, I think by then Gyökeres is going to be like 9.1 because I think he's going to go up after this week's heroics. And then I think he'll perform okay in these 4 game weeks. And by this game week, he'll be like 9.1. I have no doubt. Which is fine, I guess. Not the end of the world. I wanted to keep him until 8, but Villa are looking bad. Yeah, but they're not going to look bad forever. I don't know if I want Watkins, not gonna lie. Do you think betting on Gyökeres would be smart or? Well, it depends. If you already have Watkins, if he's already in your team, then just keep him. That's what I'm doing at least. If you don't have him, I wouldn't necessarily transfer him in. At least like you don't have to do that for game week 3 against Palace because Palace is a good defense. So you can watch him again, like give him a third chance against Palace. And if suddenly, you see Aston Villa waking up and they look very good, then yeah, go for it. But yeah, he doesn't have the easiest game next game. So I wouldn't rush him in. Gyökeres as well. Yeah, he did very well today against Leeds. But Leeds at home. And it's not the same as Liverpool away. So don't expect the same kind of performance from Arsenal next week. Emmanuel says Palmer is a huge issue. I owned him for a huge second leg of last season and he was not a good asset. Then it's really a bummer. I want him gone. Yeah, no, I don't like him either. The thing is, he played very, very well in the Club World Cup and he kind of like roped us back in. And now he does this fraud Palmer. I feel bad for him, to be fair, because I think he would have done very, very well yesterday. But yeah, this little pull that he had in the pre-match training session thingy. The warm-up, I think he was just warming up and he felt something. But yeah, for 10.5, is he worth 10.5? That's the thing, I don't think he is. That's why I keep thinking about the United players. I know United is a big joke. Everybody likes to, it's the meme team, whatever. But come on, I think they've improved so much, as we've seen last week when they played against Arsenal, and they don't have any European games this season, not one. So, if you want to target some players, I think United players would be perfect. They'll always be fit, should play the majority of minutes. Yeah. I'm looking forward to buying my second United player, but I'm really hoping tomorrow they look good. I'm really, really hoping Buemo or Cunha and do something. And yeah. Mark Harrison says, I'd only transfer injured players at this time. Yeah, same. That's yeah, so I'm not sure how long you've been watching the stream. So what I said is, if Palmer is injured, I'll transfer him out. If he's not, I don't think there's a need. So if we reset this, yeah, I think this will be my team, and I'll roll for a third time next week. Again, this is a good team. I think I just need a little bit of fortune, and I'll be fine. Amir says, I'm thinking of bench boosting next week. What do you think? Who do you have on your bench? Because if you have GW, which I don't think you have. I mean, I have your team right here. And let's look at your team, Amir. I really should put the code somewhere in the stream. I'll do that next stream. But if you guys want to join the league, it's RDH6KC. I guess you can just go back in the stream and you can find it. Or I can just copy the join link. What am I doing? I forgot I can actually type stuff. There you go. You can join the league as well. And that'll help me look at you guys' team, and I can maybe offer you my 2 cents. So Amir is saying he wants to bench boost next week. Pickford, actually, what I could do is, here's a nice trick. I could do this. So I could take your ID, and I can actually see what your team looks like for next week. So you got 2 transfers. So let's first build up your actual team and what it actually looks like. If you weren't bench boosting, your team would look like this. Because Aitnour is injured. Reynildo. No, these would be starters. These would be starters. These would be starters. Yeah, this would be your team, technically. So if you were bench boosting, you're bench boosting with these 4 players. And you have 2 transfers. Reynildo's fine. Dewsbury Hall's fine. Dubravka's fine. I think you just need to transfer out Aitnouri. I think you just need... How much money? Oh, you just have 6. So the 6 of Aitnouri. Who would I get if I were you? Wait, how many Spurs players do you have? 4. That's enough. But you could... I mean, look, they have a nice run. You could just get a Spurs defender. You could get Van de Ven. And then save the rest of the money. But there's no guarantee Spurs keep a 3rd clean sheet in a row. That's the thing. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, you could bench boost. Of course you can bench boost. This is a very nice bench boost team. Again, what you should be looking for in a bench boost is about 10 to 12 points. That would be like an amazing bench boost. Even 10 points. Like I say this every stream. If somebody were to give me 10 points right now, I'll tell them you can have the bench boost chip. I don't even want it. Trent says, is it possible to look at my team? Sure, buddy. Just send me your ID. Put it in chat. Do you know how to get the ID? The way I get it is I go to, is it pick team or points? Oh yeah, go to points, and at the top in the URL, you'll see your, oh, you already have it. Let's look at Trent's team. 9, 3, 4, 8, 4, 7. Live rank. Way better than mine, buddy. Wait, it's plan though. Plan. Wait, that's mine. No, that's your team. Oh, you have Pedro. Of course you have Pedro. Everybody has Pedro except me. Everybody has Pedro. Okay, let's see. Cells, starts, of course. Murillo, yeah. Richards, yeah. Porro, Reinders, Salah, Fernandez, Palmer. Bro, this looks amazing. And you've rolled both your transfers. I wouldn't do anything if I were you. I think you should do nothing. You're not missing any key player. You have everybody you need. You have only 1 Liverpool player, which for next week is a good thing because they play against Arsenal. And I think you should maybe captain Fernandez or even... Palmer, let's just wait and see, and let's just wait and see what Maresca says, and then based on that, we'll judge whether we need to transfer Palmer out or not. Emmanuel says easy sell for me to Bruno if he opts, or Cunha and Buemo joined your league. Oh, thanks, Emmanuel. Guys, also hit the subscribe button if you can. If you're enjoying this, if you're not enjoying this, then of course you don't need to. But yeah, so Trent, yeah, keep this team as it is. I think you're in a lucky spot where you can save a third transfer, which is very, very key, especially this season. Because, you know, injuries are happening left, right, and center. Like just today, how many injuries have we had? Ait Nouri, Saka. There's a few more that I can't remember off the top of my head. Ballard, who everybody transferred in, you know, that Sunderland player that scored, the defender that scored last week. So there's a lot of injuries happening, and with the European what's it called, championships coming close, injuries are gonna be more frequent. So you need all the transfers you can get. But yeah, as the stream says, a huge regret that I didn't start with Pedro. I really, really want Mateta to make me like, what's it called? Like make it back to me and like score the goals and get something tomorrow just to make me look stupid. But I just, because I wanted to get Pedro, I really wanted to. But the thing is, like as I mentioned earlier, if you weren't watching the stream, my plan was like, I'm gonna get Mateta either way in game week 4 and 5. So why have Pedro, who's not sure for minutes? Because, you know, Delap was taking a lot of his minutes. So I was like, okay, Pedro's gonna play 70 minutes and then he's gonna be subbed off. So what's the point? And then, yeah, I thought, if I'm gonna get Mateta either way, why not just start with Mateta? And Mateta has penalties. So you're thinking like Pedro versus Mateta. Mateta has 90 minutes, Pedro doesn't. Or didn't, at least I thought. Mateta has penalties, Pedro doesn't. They both play for a super attacking team. So I thought, why not? You know? I'm not regretting it that much, actually. You know what? I stand by my decision. And if I could go back in time, I'd pick Mateta again. Yeah, I would. I'm that stubborn. And tomorrow he's gonna smash it. Tomorrow, Mateta's gonna score at least a couple, and everything will be fine. And it's as if nothing happened this week. Trent says, if Salah scores, my rank is going to be so bad because I captain Watkins. Well, I can't tell you I don't wish Salah scores. I do wish he does score tomorrow. Sorry, after tomorrow. But away to Newcastle, I think you shouldn't be that scared. I mean, you shouldn't be that scared of him hauling maybe 2 or 3 goals, but 1 goal isn't far-fetched because Salah can score literally in any game. I went Pedro because of the fixtures and his form, but I really like Mateta. Yeah, I think both options were valid, and the Pedro owners were more so far are more fortunate, I guess. I wouldn't use the word lucky. I don't. There's no luck involved. Pedro, you know, he played amazingly yesterday, and he deserves all the points he got. To be fair, I just need Mateta to be as fortunate and get into those positions, and you know, have those nice shots tomorrow, so I can kind of make up some ground because I'm so far behind of everybody. Yeah, how long has this stream been going on for? 54 minutes. I'll go for like 6 more minutes to make it a nice whole hour. But yeah, guys, Gyökeres, I don't have regrets either, to be honest. Watkins, in my eyes, was the correct option. Yeah, we all know Arsenal had leads like today, game week 2, but do you really want to hold them away to Liverpool, home Forest, away home City, away to Newcastle without Saka? Because Saka got injured today. He'll be back. He'll be back. He always comes back. Not sure he'll be back for Liverpool, but he should definitely be back like for Forest because there's an international break in between right here, and that's where the transfer window closes, by the way. So if anybody here is thinking about wildcarding, don't wildcard just yet, because the transfer window closes here where my mouse is. So after game week 3. And by then you'll know if Isak has transferred, if whoever, I don't know, if United get a keeper, which they will, if who else? Who are the players that we're still waiting on? I think it's just Isak. There aren't any other. Maybe Savinho from City, he's the only one. But yeah, I can't think of any other player that we're waiting for news on. I feel bad for Spurs, by the way, because they really wanted Eze. But why would Eze join Arsenal? He's not going to play that much. I know they're the better team, but they're not going to... Like, doesn't he want to play like 90 minutes every week? He would have gotten that at Spurs. Or like the majority of minutes. Maybe not 90 minutes every week. But at Arsenal, I mean, they got so many players. Especially if Havertz comes back. And they both have Champions League football, so... Yeah, I mean, Arsenal look like the better team, and they're more likely to win trophies. So I understand. Maybe they offered him more money as well. So who knows what happened? I'm not sure what the contract is. You think Newcastle players are slept on because the Isak thing? They're playing well despite not having a striker. Did they play well though? The first game week? Did I watch Aston Villa Newcastle? I watched like 7 games that week. That's how lifeless I am. I don't think I watched it. No, I didn't watch it. But I remember them playing that well, did they? I swear Aston Villa got a red card and they still couldn't score. Yeah. Like, Konsa got a red card, what minute? I think it was very early on. Yeah, oh no, 66. Well, that's still like... They had to play 24, 25 minutes plus stoppage time against the 10 men and they still couldn't score. What are the stats? Yeah, that's not good, by the way, for a team that is playing against another team with 10 men. I don't know. I'm not excited about Newcastle just yet. Let's see how they play. Let's see. Let's wait and see. If they look good against Liverpool, then I'll think about them. If Strand Larson or Wissa joins Newcastle, they could be interesting options. Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely. If Wissa, whoever joins Newcastle becomes a very interesting option because they'll have 90 minutes and penalties, and they'll be playing for a very good team. So, especially Wissa, I think Wissa is the perfect kind of player that Newcastle would love to have. But I think he's staying. I think they've pulled out of that deal. How long Saka and Palmer out? I mean, we don't know. I think it's too early now. Especially Saka, we don't know because the game just finished a second ago. Palmer... I mean, let's read the article. Why not? Cole Palmer was ruled out. The Italian, so the manager revealed that Cole in the last 4 or 5 days was not 100%. Today he tried in the warm-up, but he felt something, so we preferred not to take any risks and make it worse. And we will see in the next hours if something important or not. If it's a growing problem, it's already the Palace game he was not 100% for, but he has tried to make a big effort for the club, for the team, for the fans, because he's really keen about, okay, tonight he tried again, but it was not very good. So he could play the next game by the sounds of it, but it's also likely that he doesn't. Like, in my eyes, I think it's a 50-50. So that's why I spent a good chunk of the stream thinking about decent options to transfer Palmer to. Mark says, Eze was an ex-Arsenal Academy player. I mean, yeah, I get all that stuff about, you know, going back to their roots and they've always been a fan and all that stuff, but I mean, you also have a career in front of you and you also want to play. Like, that's their entire job. It's to play football, and if they're not getting the minutes, I'm not saying he's gonna get no minutes. Of course, he's gonna play a lot of games with Arsenal, but he could have been like the talisman for Spurs. But now he has to. So for example, he's never gonna even see the penalty box in terms of getting penalties because it's always gonna be Saka, Odegaard, Gyökeres ahead of him. And in terms of minutes, doesn't he also play in the 10 role where Odegaard plays? So what about his minutes? I don't see him getting 90 minutes that often. I mean, I'm happy for Arsenal. Now they have a lot of depth in all the positions, and that's very good for them. But Eze himself, I wouldn't pick him in FPL anymore because he's a minutes risk. The only players I would pick from Arsenal are Saliba, Gabriel. I mean Odegaard, yeah, but if you can get Saka, of course you should get Saka. So it's Saka, Gabriel, Saliba, Gyökeres. These are the 4 players I would get. And Raya, of course. Sorry, Raya. So these are the 5 players. Anybody else, I wouldn't even think about. Who should I go for instead of Ait Nouri? So if you're gonna replace Ait Nouri, you have to replace him with somebody for the long run. And he's 6 million, so that's the maximum. So that's good. So you can literally get any other player. In terms of Ait Nouri replacement, again, I told you, like Spurs, Van de Ven, save that 1.5. Guys, target center backs. Just get center backs. They seem to be key this year. And let's wait for tomorrow. I think it's too early. I'm not gonna start suggesting players because we're still have like four games left to go from teams that are very popular. So let's just wait a little bit. Shane Roberts says, gutted as had Captain Saka. Also never sorted bench order, so had Goodmanson come on. Ooh, for a -1 rather than Gakpo. Why didn't you sort the bench? You never know what's gonna happen. That's why you make a bus team, technically. And that includes sorting out the bench, because you never know. You never know, like, maybe Salah doesn't play tomorrow, which would suck, by the way, because then I'll get 0 points for captain. But hey, at least I get Van de Ven 6 points. But yeah, you should always sort out the bench boost. That's like 101. But yeah, I mean, Captain Saka, what is that? He got 6 points, right? That's decent. That's a decent return. A lot of people captain Haaland. That's only 2. Watkins. We have somebody in chat that Captain Watkins. Everybody who captain Palmer, I would assume, has Salah vice captain or something. So I wouldn't be upset at 6 points from Saka. Is he getting bonus? There's no way he's getting bonus. 0 chance. Yeah, not even close. Not even close. Timber 2 goals. Timber 2 goals, 1 assist. Calafiori 2 assists. Gyökeres 2 goals. Did he get an assist? No. Dauman. Do you guys watch Dauman? What a player. What a player. He's only 15. Imagine. Like, try to remember what you guys were doing at 15, and then, yeah. God damn, 15 years old, and he's playing for Arsenal in the Premier League. That's the stuff of dreams, literally. Yep, schoolboy error, but lesson learned. Yeah, I mean, it happens to all of us. Like, I'm not gonna act like I've never forgot to sort out my bench. Way too many times, and I've messed up a lot of times in the past. But it's fine, I guess. Still early season, still super early. And again, it's Gakpo away to Newcastle, so it's not the worst game to miss out on. By the way, wait, what? Why don't you have Gakpo starting? I totally rolled over that. Wait, you said you had Goodmanson come on for a -1 rather than Gakpo in bench position 2. Why wouldn't you play Gakpo? Who's in your team that you can't play Gakpo? That's crazy to me. You're paying 7.5 for the starting left winger from Liverpool, and you decided to bench him. Mark says, Timber will be massively transferred in this week after his monster haul. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people knee-jerking in these players. Like, last week they transferred in, what's his name, Ballard from Sunderland, and then he got injured. What is it? The first 17 minutes. I'm not laughing at his injury, of course. I would never wish injury upon any player. But it's funny, I mean, that a lot of players just transferred him in and then he's out. Similar thing with the Ait Nouri as well. I think people should be really, really patient transferring in players, especially the likes of Ballard. Like, why are you transferring in a Sunderland defender just because he scored the first game week? But Timber, on the other hand, yeah, he had a crazy game. He was a little bit fortunate with his goals. The way they like it, you know, that pinball goal where it just bounces around in the box and it just falls in front of him. He just, yeah. But let me remind you guys: Arsenal play, Liverpool away. Okay, that's a good game. That's a good game for a clean sheet. then City at home, and Newcastle away. So these 3 games are super difficult. So you shouldn't be really FOMOing. For those who don't know what FOMO means, it's like fear of missing out. So you shouldn't be fearing missing out on Timber points. And again, you can't buy this week's points. That's it. It's gone. These points happened. You should forget about them. But yeah, I wouldn't rush in Timber. He's going to go up in price. I know Mark. I know how people play the game. I think the next couple of days, you're going to see Timber go up. But by the way, isn't he a minutes risk? I think he's a minutes risk. Because once White comes back, I mean, White's going to play, right? He's not going to just sit out the entire season, is he? So it's going to be White and, what's his face? Timber. Shane says, I started 3 up front, played Saka, Palmer, Reinders, Verts, Mateta, Ekitike. Oh, you got triple Liverpool. Okay, yeah, your team's stacked. That's because you don't have Salah nor Haaland. Oh wow. I mean, so far this week is proven to be a good decision because Haaland blanked, and let's see what Salah does on Monday. How often will you be doing streams? I do streams usually just before the deadline and on the weekend, like this stream. I'll be doing like this kind of stream every weekend, like almost every Saturday. Hopefully I won't be calling it a regret stream every weekend. Hopefully I'll have a better title. Maybe FPL success or something. I don't know. I don't want to keep regretting every week. Again, I'll show you guys my team. I mean, there's no point refreshing. This number is not going to change. Terrible. Terrible. Even though my team is not bad. Watkins against freaking Brentford. Come on, that's not bad. Reinders, everybody has Reinders. These guys returned. Like, to be fair, most of my team hasn't even played, so, you know, cut me some slack. I should cut myself some slack as well. But yeah, Pedro destroyed me, brother. Pedro was absolutely insane. Mohammed says, Rodgers to Anderson? Let's wait for Anderson to play. He hasn't even played this week. Let's wait tomorrow and then see what Anderson does. But yeah, I think Anderson maybe, what's it called? Because there's Douglas Luiz now that joined Nottingham Forest and a couple of other players. I'm not sure if he's going to be rotated when Champions League. Wait, they're in Champions League, right? I keep forgetting because there's like 8 teams in Europe next year. And Crystal Palace were supposed to play in the Europa League and then something happened. They're playing the Conference League. There's a lot of mixed up stuff. And as a United fan, I'm not following Europe that closely. Why would I when my team finishes 15th in the league? Yeah, went no premium. I was up to 6K, now 40K. Oh, Shane, I feel so bad for you. Oh, man. He's only 40K. No, that's amazing stuff, brother. Like, I wish I was 40K. Right now, I'm in... Like I showed the guys earlier. Hey, I went up... Oh, no, 7 million. Never mind. I thought it was 6.6. I read this number instead. But yeah, I'm 7 millionth in the world. But I still have 4, 5, 6 players left, including captain. So I should be going back up. I should be. So what to do about Palmer and Saka? They're injured, but also look not great. Think to free hit next week to give recovery time plus Liverpool. Oh, so you want to keep them? Okay. So you want to free hit next week because you have Palmer and Saka and you don't want to get rid. And there's a international yeah, we have international games between 3 and 4, so they have 2 weeks to rest. So they'll definitely be back in 4. I mean, if you free hit, your team's going to be full of United. And if you think City are going to be like looking for revenge after today, maybe like Haaland and the guys. Yeah, I think it's worth a free hit. For your team specifically, I mean, my team, it wouldn't make sense. But for your team, I think if you really want to keep both players. But if you have transfers, I mean, why not just transfer them out? You got a good team by the sounds of it. You said you had... so you got... Oh yeah, but you have triple Liverpool who play against on Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, you could. I guess you could. You could free hit if you have Palmer and Saka injured, and you have triple Liverpool against Arsenal. That's 5 players you won't be using, or like 2 players you can't use, and 3 that have a super difficult fixture. I have Salah, Gap, Sells, and Rutter to play. Yeah, that's more than enough. You know, all you need is Salah, baby. All you need is Salah. If Salah pulls a brace out of the bag, I'll be the happiest FPL manager in the world, honestly. Guys, if you could really like just drop a like, drop a little subscribe here and there. If you're enjoying the content, if you're liking this back and forth, I'd really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. It helps, you know, the algorithm thingy, you know, for people to find my channel and stuff. Yeah. Shane says, also I have Ait Nouri. Yeah, I think these are all short-term injuries, so you could free hit. If they were long-term, I'd disagree with you, and I'd tell you to, what's it called? Just transfer them out. But because they're short-term, I guess there's no harm in free hitting, especially since there are international games the following week, so you could just free hit, and then you have 2 weeks more. So that's 3 weeks of resting for these players. And then they should be fine. Yeah, you could go for it. I think that's the whole point of free hit. You literally just defined why people should be free hitting, or when people should be free hitting. Salah captains have hope. He's only 53% effective on 53 effective, even with the captaincy. Shouldn't he be higher? I think. Huh, interesting. I didn't check the percentages this week, but 53% is pretty good. Oh, yeah, this week's been terrible. How long have I been streaming for? 1 hour and 12 minutes. That's quite a lot. Yeah, guys, so just a quick recap. This is my crappy team. 15 points this week, but 6 more players to go, including Captain Salah. Sells away to Crystal Palace. Richards and Mateta home to Forest. Fernandes, my favorite player, away to Fulham, and Gakpo as well. Hopefully he gives Salah a couple of assists here and there, helps me out. Yeah, other than that, it's been a terrible game week because of Pedro and Gyökeres, because a lot of people free hit it. That's the thing. If people didn't free hit this week, then I wouldn't be this upset. But I know for a fact everybody free hit. Like, not everybody, a lot of people free hit, and they had the trio of Gabriel, Saka, and Gyökeres, which literally is destroying my rank. That's besides the bench boosts, because everybody bench boosted as well, and they have double Burnley, so they got 12 nice points. I wish I played Dubravka, but I think double Burnley would have been too much. That's why I didn't. But yeah, imagine I bench boosted. That's so good. 12, 60, 17 points. Oh, I wish I bench boosted. Actually, no. What am I talking about? Palmer has 0. Never mind. Scratch that. But still, even then, 13 points. Yeah, whatever. I'm tired of being regretful. I've been regretting things for the past hour and 14 minutes, and I think that's enough for the stream. But I will leave you with a nugget. So if Palmer gets injured, my transfer for next week will be... Of course, it depends on how things go tomorrow and after tomorrow, because other players might get injured, like Gakpo or whoever, Fernandes. But let's say they all play okay and nobody gets injured, and Palmer is definitely out. I might be doing Palmer to maybe Mbuemo or Cunha, and that also depends on how they play tomorrow. But any of the other midfielders, maybe Kudus. I liked him. Johnson from Spurs, because they have a nice run of fixtures. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with Palmer as well, if he's definitely out for next game. Shane says Gyökeres looked poor, but then popped off the points. Yeah, I mean, he looked okay. I wouldn't say poor. He was missing for, I wouldn't say the majority of the game either, but for like big parts of the game. But then he got his goal on his own. The guy made a fantastic run down the left wing, cut inside, dribble past one player, and then or he went between two players, if I remember correctly, and then he drove a shot bottom left corner. That's a good goal. And yeah, he got fortunate with that penalty in the 94th, 95th minute, but it's fine. He took it. That's what matters. In my eyes, he looked good. He looked good. He's what Arsenal needs, and he's only gonna get better as time as he plays more games and gels more with the team. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, one last request: leave a like or subscribe or something if you enjoyed this content. And if you didn't enjoy it, then feel free not to do anything. But it really helps me out, to grow the channel and stuff. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. 15 points. Hopefully it gets better from tomorrow going forwards. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Take care.